This episode is brought to you by FXX and Hulu. An all-new season of Futurama is back, blending heartfelt moments with razor-sharp humor while accidentally saving the day. The Planet Express crew is back, defying gravity and common sense. From the creator of The Simpsons comes 10 new episodes where the romance is hotter, the threats are bigger, and the action hits harder. Don't miss the all-new season of Futurama. Watch it Mondays on FXX or stream it on Hulu.
This podcast is supported by FX's English teacher. Last year's critically acclaimed series returns to follow Evan, Gwen, and Marky as they vie for their students' divided attention. See why Cosmopolitan called its premiere season a masterclass of comedy, while Glamour raved it's the year's funniest and most heartwarming new comedy series. FX's English teacher. All new Thursdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/Spotify. That's greenlight.com/Spotify.
You see? You're stupid minds. Stupid.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
Can you, shut up?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
If you just read the bio for Dr. Steve, host of Weird Medicine on Sirius XM 103 and made popular by two really comedy shows, Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez, you would have thought that this guy was a bit of, a clown.
Why can't you give me the respect that I'm entitled to?
I've got diphtheria crushing my esophagus. I've got Ebola virus dripping from my nose. I've got the leprosy of the heart valve, exacerbating my incredible woes. I want to take my brain out and blast it with the wave, an ultrasonic echographic and a pulsating shave. I want a magic pill for all my ailments, the health equivalent to Citizen Kane. And if I don't get it now in a tablet, I think I'm doomed and I'll have to go insane. I want a requiem for my disease. So I'm paging Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve.
From the world-famous Cardiff Electric Network Studios in downtown OJ City, it's Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of broadcast radio, now a podcast. I'm Dr. Steve with my little pal, Dr. Scott, the traditional Chinese medicine provider. Gives me street cred with the wacko alternative medicine assholes. Hello, Dr. Scott.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
And back from sabbatical, it's Lady Di-Agnosis, everyone.
Hello, Dr. Steve.
Hello. This is a show for people who never listen to a medical show on the radio or the internet. If you have a question you're embarrassed to take to a regular medical provider, if you can't find an answer anywhere else, give us a call, 347-766-4323. That's 347-POOHEAD. Follow us on Twitter at Weird Medicine or at DrScottWM or at Lady Di-Agnosis. Visit our website at drsteve.com for podcast, medical news, and stuff you can buy. Most importantly, we're not your medical providers. Take everything here with a grain of salt. Don't act on anything you hear on this show without talking over with your healthcare provider. All right, don't forget stuff.drsteve.com, stuff.drsteve.com. You can get the Roadie robotic guitar tuner. They have one for bass, and we've tuned Scott's mandolin with it before. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. You can go to roadie.drsteve.com to see a full demonstration. And then you can also buy Wet Brain and now DABBLEDICE. DABBLEDICE, the game of beer disequilibrium and cirrhosis. Yeah, collect beer sent by your friends, but watch out, you're unsteady on your feet and drinking is bad for your liver. DABBLEDICE, $10 at stuff.drsteve.com. And also at dabblegames.myshopify.com. Like I said, I'll put that in the link. Check out Dr. Scott's website at simplyherbals.net. That's simplyherbals.net. And not only that, I gave Dr. Scott some new Weird Medicine stickers that he and I will autograph after the shows today. And those will go in with every order.
And maybe he'll throw in some other stupid crap, too.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And if I can't sell enough of these fucking games, then maybe you'll
throw those in.
Too. Yeah, just throw those in too and get rid of them.
Congratulations.
You just hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/weirdmedicine. There's all kinds of exclusive content goes in there, and including the Ask Dr. Steve episodes that for Normal World. Now, my Ask Dr. Steve episodes will go on our YouTube channel, but the Normal World ones can only be seen by watching Normal World or using our Patreon. And then cameo.com/weirdmedicine. I just say fluid to your mama or whatever you want me to say. I'll within reason.
Anything.
I had one the other day
something.
where I could tell that they were asking me to say something about someone that was sort of, a bunch of in-jokes and stuff. I was like, I don't know what this is about. And it didn't sound like it was something that the person would be happy about. So I did decline that one. Just explain it to me.
Right.
And then I'll find a way that I can do it. But that one I just didn't. Yeah, I just said
with a clean conscience.
Yes, I don't know what this is.
Dirty bird.
I am detecting dog whistles and code words in this. So anyway.
No.
Right. All right. Well, you guys want to just get right into the questions?
Let's
do it. Okay. And Dr. Scott's going to be looking in the Fluid Families waiting room, which is basically our chat room when we're recording live. It's not a live stream. If we get 9 people watching that's a good day. This is an audio podcast, so we get thousands and thousands of audio downloads, but we're not doing in the business of doing live streams right now. But it is sort of a behind the scenes recording of us doing the audio podcast. But you can hang out in the waiting room with the chat room, and you can ask questions from there. And there's a little community of people that show up every week, and they all just talk amongst themselves. And, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
You can do that by going to youtube.com/@weirdmedicine. Click subscribe and hit the notification button, and you'll get notifications. Also follow me on Twitter @weirdmedicine. And we usually record Saturday or Sunday every 20 to 30 days because we record multiple shows at once.
Yep.
Okay.
So is it still birthday today, or was it last time?
Yeah, well, it's every day. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
It's like Tacey.
Oh.
I said, "Oh, you're going to have your birthday week because her everything that came in." I said, "Oh, here's your birthday.
Oh,
here's your birthday. You're going to have your birthday week." And she said, "Well, Chanda gets 2 months for her birthday." And it's like, okay, well now. When I go buy groceries, I'm going to bring them in, go happy birthday for the next 2 months.
And I'm sure there was some reciprocity there, wasn't there, for your birthday?
It's all equal.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's just hoping for a spanking later. I think.
Oh.
That's what I think he's hoping for.
Whatever. All right. Before I play this, wait a minute. We got to hit the disclaimer.
Number one thing, don't take advice from some asshole on the radio.
Long time, first time.
Hey, thanks, man.
Always heard you say that you've got that turn on for the ladies with that cigarette breath and that tattoo on their titty that you can just barely see.
Yeah, so
really?
There's something about that. Yeah, it's, country women particularly, but with wearing a tank top, and they got the Marlboro under the sleeve.
Yep.
And they've got big giant tits, and you can just they got a good ratio. Put it that way. It doesn't have to be big giant tits, but they're anyway.
Well,
and
really.
I'm just talking about what turns me on. I'm not saying this is what should be the classic idea of beauty. Okay, this is just me.
Just you, and it's your birthday.
And
Go ahead.
But and the tank top comes down, and you can see just half of a tit tattoo.
No, ma'am.
Knowing that the other half
Just a
is
hint
waiting
of
to be
it.
revealed.
Oh, yeah, that's hot.
It is hot, and I hate cigarettes, but in that scenario, beer and cigarette breath is yes, I'm all in.
Huh, that's very interesting.
I'm all in. I'll get up all in that mess all day long. So anyway.
Oh my!
I get the tease of the kind of some of a tattoo.
Yes.
Well,
right.
you kind of fill in your brain fills in the rest of
Yes.
whatever you think the tattoo's.
Yeah, and it's a little.
It's like you weren't supposed to see it, but
it's
you
a little
get
bit naughty.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, and there's a hint of there's the possibility of seeing the rest of it, but to see the rest of it, you gotta get underneath that mess.
You gotta earn that.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Anyway, so that's what he's talking about.
Cleavage.
That's funny.
Well, I understand now why that's a giant turn on. Because I just fucked the shit out of some lady with a titty tattoo and some cigarette breath, and it was awesome. Keep on trucking. Later.
Congrats, dude.
No, he just called to brag.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Good for him. Oh, sorry.
What? No. Yeah, no.
Asshole.
No, good for him. I agree. I'm enjoying it vicariously.
Exactly.
God. All right.
If you had
Dr.
sex
Steve.
last night.
Why do orthopedic surgeons wear like these big old giant hoods, like not KKK hoods, but like big giant
face masks,
shields over their face?
Yes, a
and
shield,
shit?
face shield.
And also, when
Okay, well, let's answer that question
man.
first. Orthopedic surgery is the epitome of meatball surgery.
Yep.
They get these bones out there, and they got these saws, and the fluids are just going
Saws
everywhere.
and drills and shit's flying
Everywhere. And you don't want that shit up your nose. Well, I mean, you're wearing a mask, but you don't want it on your face. And you don't want it on your mask, actually, because, they're porous. And, if some fluid gets on the mask, it's going to get to your skin. So when they're doing that kind of surgery, they'll wear those big face masks now.
Like they call them spacesuits sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like a spacesuit.
Yeah. It's like what we wore during COVID, some of those same big helmets, with the big clear shield on the front. And that's all it is. It's just because what they're doing is meatball surgery. All right.
you record now, you used to do it on Saturday at noon or 1 o'clock.
Oh.
Now I can never find you.
Yes.
The fuck?
Sorry. So, yeah, dude, just was that this show we just talked about that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. I get confused. Probably because I'm 70.
You're old.
I do have to call my first wife because she and I had the same birthday.
Oh, how funny!
Just like what the hell? How'd we get to be 70?
Yes.
Yeah. Same year,
Memory.
same year, same day. Same year, same day.
Wow.
But yeah. So just go to youtube.com/@weirdmedicine. Click like and subscribe, but then click the notification button for all notifications. And also click join, but you don't have to pay money to join. Just click accept gifted memberships. And every once in a while, Myrtle goes wild and gives away 20 gifted memberships, and then you get to see members-only content. Okay.
Hey, before we go, can I?
Yeah, of course.
About
Yes.
the spacesuit. So the other thing is to shut down on infections because the joints are so susceptible when you're doing bony.
Good point.
Joint replacement specifically. One of our dear friends he passed away, way too soon. I remember seeing him. We were coming out of the office one day and he looked kind of frustrated. I said, "What's up, man?" He goes, "I had a damn surgery." And he was orthopedic surgeon and he had been doing a surgery and he had on a spacesuit because he was doing a joint replacement and he sneezed.
Oh, no.
He said, "Yep." So needless to say, the surgery stopped because I had to go out and, kind of regown and put on a brand new spacesuit. And
they take that stuff very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
If there's any chance that you've contaminated the field, they'll redo the whole thing. I remember once I was so stupid. I was getting cocky doing surgery with the surgeon. I was first assist as a resident, and I had a instrument in my hand, and instead of handing it to the scrub tech, I turned around and threw it onto a table of surgical instruments. Just kind of went chunk like that and threw it on there, and then came back, and the surgeon said, you just contaminated that whole tray, right? They had to take the tray out and bring in a whole new one with newly, autoclaved instruments, and it was a ton of stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Moron.
Yeah.
Show off.
You moron.
Well, I learned my lesson.
Yep. It's all good.
All right.
What comes to mind when you picture the perfect roommate? One who comes when you call, one who doesn't forget to lock the doors, maybe one who doesn't steal your milk just a little bit at a time, hoping that you won't notice. At Apartments.com, they understand that when it comes to roommates, a pet can be your best bet. They're easygoing, they eat what you serve them, and they never clog the toilet. And that's why Apartments.com has the most pet-friendly rental listings on the internet. And with instant alerts, you'll know the moment that your perfect pet-friendly place becomes available. Apartments.com has so many features like 3D virtual tours, the ability to save your favorite apartments, and with over 1 million places to rent, you are absolutely going to find the right place for you. Apartments.com knows that moving can be stressful, but by giving you options, filtered searches, and more, they can help take away some of that stress. When I need a new apartment, I will definitely need a pet-friendly choice. So if you guys need a place that's pet-friendly and human-tolerant, check out Apartments.com, the place to find your pet-friendly place. Thanks, Apartments.com, for sponsoring the podcast.
Tonight, turn down the noise of the day and focus on the rest with AGZ, the nightly drink for winding down and resting up. New from AG1. AGZ supports your body's natural sleep cycle with clinically studied key herbs, adaptogens, and minerals in amounts supported by research. And no melatonin, helping you wake feeling rested. Wind down, rest up with AGZ. Learn more at drinkagz.com.
Good night, itchy eyes. Good night, sudden sneeze. Good night to your symptoms of allergies. Zysol is the allergy medicine you take before bed. It provides powerful relief while you rest your head. Not just all night, but all the next day. Zysol keeps working, keeping allergies at bay. And without those annoying symptoms disturbing your rest, you can wake up the next morning feeling your absolute best. Remember, be wise all, take Zysol. At night.
This episode is brought to you by Marqeta. When it comes to your payments provider, you can't afford to compromise. Marqeta's modern payment solutions flex with your business without the trade-offs. Stable and agile, secure and innovative, scalable and configurable. If they say you can't have it all, don't believe them. Your business demands more. Choose a payments provider that delivers more. Choose Marqeta. Visit marqeta.com/Spotify to learn more.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask kindergarten teacher Miss Gibson.
Give me just one Clorox wipe and I'm ready for glitter glue, exploded lunchbox yogurt, peanut butter handprints, runny noses, picking noses, rubbing noses.
Touching noses.
Thank you, Edward. Ooh, nap mats and lockers and tissue boxes. And
Clorox
scissors.
disinfecting wipes. Teacher's #1 wipe. Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Hey, Dr. Steve, it's Matt in Charleston with Christy and Tara and my mom. We're calling to ask you about kratom.
Yeah.
It's sold in all these vape shops and gas stations, a bunch of different forms. And apparently it's dangerous. We're not sure.
Well,
if you could just let us know what you know about kratom. And that's it. All right, thanks. Bye.
Yep. So kratom is this herbal substance. It comes from a Southeast Asian tree called mitragyna, and it has 2 psychoactive compounds that are alkaloids. They're mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine. Okay, so don't worry about it. But they interact with opioid receptors in the brain, even though they're not opioids.
Okay.
Okay, so, but they also produce stimulant-like effects. So it's pretty much unregulated in the United States, so he's not wrong. You can just go to some gas stations and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
but the FDA hasn't approved it for any medical use, and it warns against its use, but it hasn't made it illegal in most, the FDA hasn't done that yet. So let's talk, people are using it, so there's a reason they're using it. It's not all bad, right? But I just want to preface all this by saying I think kratom is a fascinating molecule or set of molecules.
Okay.
And it should be studied because it does have therapeutic effects, but it has adverse effects too. So we need to know what those are and what the doses are and, what's the optimal dose and all that stuff. And as usual, we're way behind on this. We should be up to speed on kratom because it's been around for a long time. Yeah. And it does kind of make me sad that people are out there, self-medicating, because people will use kratom to get off opioids, right, even though it is an opioid receptor agonist. In other words, it hits that same opioid receptor and therefore is also, habit forming. Mm-hmm. It's addictive. It does at low doses, like 1 to 5 grams. It increases energy, alertness, and talkativeness. And at higher doses, it is more like an opioid. Produces opioid-like effects that help relieve chronic pain, so that's why people do it. Some people use kratom to self-treat opioid withdrawal symptoms, and we don't know the protocol for that, so people are just having to guess, and sometimes they get in trouble.
Sure.
It may reduce anxiety and improve depression, stuff like that. So now, in Southeast Asia, the leaves are generally just, chewed. It's been used for centuries for fatigue and to increase productivity and treat pain and diarrhea and stuff like that. Now, so those are the pros. The cons, it does have a high potential for addiction because it stimulates the mu-opioid receptor. But it does it in a different way than opioids do. There are a couple of pathways that you can stimulate an opioid receptor, and this does it on a pathway that's different.
Okay.
Still, you get the pain relief, but you don't get the dose-dependent respiratory depression and the other things that go along with it. So that's why people tout this as being quote-unquote safer.
What about constipation? I wonder if it causes constipation like an opiate.
It does. I mean, they use it to treating diarrhea, but it's not as severe.
Gotcha.
Now, nausea, vomiting, constipation, dry mouth, itching, loss of appetite, but also liver toxicity, seizures have happened, high blood pressure, psychosis. Because it's an alkaloid, it's more likely to cause psychosis. And so the problem is when you're buying it at a gas station, you don't really know what you're buying.
Right.
So this is my concern about it. I got into an argument with the guys at the hemp store that were selling kratom, and I wasn't even saying not to do it or that they shouldn't be selling it. I was just trying to have a conversation with them, and the first thing they went to is, well, Suboxone is and it's like, we're not talking about Suboxone. That's not what we're talking about. No. Well, it's bad. Well, okay. Really?
Well, so much, too much
Is it
sunlight.
bad?
Too much sunlight can be bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's like, okay, guys, whatever. And they got very defensive about it. And I was just trying to have a scientific conversation about it because this particular place touts themselves as being a science-based store. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Liars.
Well, I don't know. They were just, I don't know. You get into this sort of mode where what you're doing is the right thing. And so any comments that might bring up something adverse, now all of a sudden you're attacking them. Right. People are so sensitive.
No, I know.
But if you're in there in the store talking to them about it, you're interested. You're not going in there just to yell at them.
No, and
why wouldn't they converse with you?
I was a customer.
Exactly. People are stupid.
But anyway, it was a silly conversation, and
you are correct.
But anyway, I think it definitely deserves more attention than it's getting when it comes to research. I cannot advocate that people buy it in anywhere, much less a gas station or a quick pick store or something, just because I don't know what you're really getting and we don't know what the doses are and et cetera. So if that makes me a just say no, namby-pamby, so be it. But I'm not one of those.
No.
But for self-medicating, go see an addictionologist that can help you. You don't have to do this on your own. That's what kind of bothers me, particularly when it's sold to help people get off of, their opioid addiction. Mm-hmm. Because there are people that can help you with that, and it doesn't have to be Suboxone if you have some sort of bias against that. I mean, Suboxone, nothing more than an agonist-antagonist itself. It does kind of the same thing, but we know what the doses are. We know what the protocol is. We know the safety profile,
And we know it can be really hard for people to come off of. And we don't know what kratom, if kratom's hard for people to come off of.
We don't know.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah.
We don't know.
So that's a hard discussion to have. Yep.
So, anyway. And there are protocols for Suboxone to get people on it, to get out of the drug culture, get them on this, and then to taper it. But there are addictionologists that say just leave people on it forever. What harm does it do?
Recidivism is so high. Yeah.
So I have a stupid question. So when you're stopping something and you're, craving it again?
Sure. Yeah, going through withdrawal.
Yes, withdrawal. What's the negative? I've never been addicted to something and tried to stop it and had withdrawal. So what is...
Well, the negative for going through...
Is it always the same no matter what you're quitting?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. But when it comes to opioids, it tends not to be life-threatening, but it is extremely uncomfortable. They get piloerection, which is, when you get goosebumps. That's why they call it cold turkey, because your skin looks like turkey flesh. They get nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, and just malaise. They just feel like total dog shit. And the only thing that will make it better is tincture of time or an opioid. And now there are some drugs that can minimize the symptoms, clonidine being one of them. But the problem with going through cold turkey is that you go, oh, okay, it's only 2 weeks and then it's done. It's not done. There's a thing called acute post-withdrawal syndrome that for people that go through cold turkey, they can have depression and anxiety and malaise for up to 2 years after they go through that. So we really don't want people to go through quote-unquote cold turkey if we can avoid it. And there are medications, if you want to do it without an opioid like methadone or buprenorphine, Suboxone, then you can there are other, like I said, clonidine, other medications that you can use, but you can taper off your drugs too. When it's time for me to get a cancer patient off their high dose opioids, when they're done with treatment, now their pain is gone, but now they're on these, 30 milligrams of morphine 3 times a day, the extended release. I'll go, 30, 15, 30, 30, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, and then drop one of the 15s and, go like that. And we may do that over a period of several months because I don't want anyone going through withdrawal if they can avoid it.
And I think that's opiate withdrawal. I mean, to her question, there are other,
alcohol
like
withdrawal
alcohol is different. And
can kill you.
Yeah, literally kill you.
Yeah, some people will have seizures with that. Some people will have delirium tremens where their brain just shuts off and they are psychotic.
Gotcha. I've never been addicted, so I'm kind of in the dark there.
Yeah, I mean,
I was addicted to
nicotine.
tobacco.
Yeah, sure. Nicotine's coming off. That's different. You're just
it's a really difficult one because the drug itself is so prevalent. It's just you can buy it anywhere,
right?
And it works so quickly.
And it puts that hook
so
in
quickly. Just seconds.
It puts that hook in so deep. I was talking to Pat Dixon about it on his show last night. And, you've got the psychological addiction, you have the habit, and then you have the actual physical addiction. And it's like a 3-pronged thing. Like if you're frog gigging, you use a trident because when you poke the frog with a trident, they can't wriggle off of it. And that's the same thing with this. It's like a trident. You've got 3 different things acting against you.
Yep.
So the first 2 weeks you're done with the physical addiction, but then you've got the psychological addiction. That's where I was vulnerable at 6 weeks. My ex-wife had pissed me off, and I would go, well, by God, I'll show her I'm going to start smoking again. And it was just the lizard part of my brain saying, yo, you can smoke if you wanted to.
Dumbass.
Yeah. And then 6 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, and 6 months. Those are the vulnerable periods for someone quitting smoking. Get through that. Resist the whole idea that
you can just have one.
That you could just have one. Yes, thank you, Dr. Scott.
You can't.
Because you can't. If you just have one, you're going to be smoking 3 packs a day again, like I was, and flicking.
Oh my
flicking.
God.
Yeah, sitting on the pot, flicking the ashes into the bowl. You're going to hit.
Your legs.
Yeah, you're going to hit something. You get a big chronic burn on your glands, penis.
Your penis.
Yes. Anyway. All right. But if you're out there and you're thinking you can't quit, you can. Because if I can quit, by God, anybody could quit. 3 packs a day.
That's bad.
Get out of here. The only person I know that smoked more than me was Mary Tyler Moore, and she smoked 5 packs a day. Isn't that something? When she was doing
I would have never guessed her.
I know, the Mary Tyler Moore show, she's
Right.
smoking 5 packs a day. That's what I heard anyway. All right. Let's do this one.
Hey, Dr. Steve.
Yeah.
I know testosterone has something to do with why men go bald,
Yes.
and male animals also have testosterone, right?
Correct.
So my question is, why don't we ever see animals going bald?
Yeah.
Could that actually ever happen?
Okay, so that's an excellent question.
And I thought it caused hair growth, testosterone.
Well, it does, but at the top of the head, and this is the key to this, the hair follicles are, in males, have a receptor that is very sensitive to testosterone. And when it's stimulated over time, the follicle actually shrinks and eventually dies. So, we don't really know why. It's just, I think it just is one of those mutations that happen in humans that doesn't matter.
Right.
Because when we were cave people, we were dead before we got old enough to go bald.
Yeah, 30 was
so it just didn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't have anything to do with evolution.
Right. Yeah.
Animals don't have that receptor. That's basically what it is. And animals evolved to have fur all over their bodies because they can't make clothes. That's basically it. They need their fur for thermal regulation, protection, camouflage, and sensory input too. They have sensors on their. I mean, we have those too. You can, if you just rub your hand very lightly over the hair on your arm, you can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So, their fur grows to a specific length and then stops, and then they shed it. But the human scalp hair has a longer active growth phase called anagen, and it allows it to grow continuously. It's the only hair. That's why, Lady Di-Agnosis, you can have luscious, long locks like you do, and Dr. Scott can have his man bun.
Man bun.
Because that will continue. Now, when you get androgenic alopecia, in other words, loss of hair because of testosterone, that growth cycle is just disrupted. Now, they have bred certain cats to have that receptor. And I'm trying to find what the name of that cat was.
A hairless Chinese.
Yeah, it's a hairless cat, a Sphinx cat, selectively bred to be hairless after a spontaneous genetic mutation appeared in a kitten.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So the kitten was born, had that weird receptor, and
That's weird.
They bred that kitten, and now they've got a breed that's hairless. Now, if you see an animal that is losing its hair, it could be from mange, it could be from autoimmune alopecia, like alopecia areata. That's where people get these sort of coin-like losses of hair. And that's an autoimmune thing because we treat that with steroids. Anyway.
So you can treat alopecia?
To a certain degree.
Alopecia areata?
No, just, what's it called where you just start losing your hair? Isn't that alopecia?
Well, it is, but there's all kinds of different ones. So
Okay.
androgenic alopecia is like what men have that go bald. And I have some, but I use minoxidil for it, the Rogaine, and it helps. I mean, I still have hair on top of my
For a
head.
70-year-old, it's not too bad.
Oh, fuck off. Jesus, enough with that.
Birthday boy.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's taking like
He's a fucking idiot.
Lord and lady douchebag.
All right. So that's why.
So testosterone, animals, got it.
There you go.
There you go. Well,
Check.
they just don't have that receptor in the hair follicle at the top of their head like we do. All right. Okay, let me find one here. You got anything from the fluid family?
Nope.
Nothing? Really?
Nothing.
I don't believe that's true.
Nothing.
Somebody
Are
was
you
asking.
lying, Dr. Scott?
Somebody was asking about MK677.
Oh, no, that was last week.
That was a long time
We
ago.
didn't answer it though. It wasn't. Okay, so somebody in the chat room, and I've lost the. Are we still broadcasting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me look.
Asked about MK677. It's ibutamorin. It's a non-peptide growth hormone, secretagogue, which just means a secretagogue is just something that stimulates the body to produce a hormone, but it's different than the normal thing that stimulates it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it'd be a drug that could make the body produce a hormone. Like, okay.
You could make a hormone.
So, for example, I hadn't heard that since
Earlier today.
6th grade. That's a good one there, Lady Di-Agnosis.
Thank you.
So, what's the drug that we were clomiphene. So, clomiphene for people with low testosterone. Instead of taking testosterone replacement, they can take clomiphene, which would cause the testicles to secrete testosterone natively. So it's a secretagogue. Okay, so MK677 stimulates the body to produce more human growth hormone. And it's been explored for medical uses. It's not approved for human consumption. And marketing it for that would be illegal. So it mimics this stuff called ghrelin, which is a naturally occurring hormone that regulates hunger, stimulates the pituitary gland to release human growth hormone. People will use human growth hormone to enhance healing after working out and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And it does MK677 increased lean body mass in elderly adults and obese young men. So they are doing some research on it. Just right now, there's not anything. There's not a legal use for it. So that's all.
Okay.
Anything else, Dr. Scott?
No, sir.
All right. Well, thanks to Dr. Scott. We kind of ended with a whimper instead of a bang.
Aww.
Thanks to everyone who's made this show happen over the years, and thanks to our listeners whose voicemail and topic ideas make this job very easy. Go to our website at drsteve.com for schedules, podcasts, and other crap. Until next time, check your stupid nuts for lumps. Quit smoking, get off your asses, get some exercise. We'll see you in 1 week or thereabouts for the next edition of Weird Medicine. Thanks, everybody.
We all have that moment. Ugh, where did I save that? Dropbox Dash, new from Dropbox, searches across all your apps and tools, even if you forgot what you named your video edit, your presentation deck, or your marketing plan. Even if it's buried in email, Slack, or a deck called final_final for real. And once it finds it, Dash can help you draft what comes next. Fast. From scattered to sorted, without slowing down. Learn more at Dropbox.com/Dash.